Suck it in, Teneme. You got too fat for this shirt. Yellow, Teneme here. Today we're taking a look at the Nanmu Studio Zero Set Easy Motion Velociraptor Blood Knight. Let's take a look at him. Alrighty then, let's take a look at the box. We've got this nice little painting of a swamp. Looks like a swamp. I was going to say jungle, but yeah, it looks more like a swamp. And we got the nice little Mr. Blood Knight Velociraptor there. And something I didn't notice until I went Googling for the Blood Knight font, and the Zero Set Easy Motion logo, and the Nanmu Studio logo for my thumbnail. This is the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor. I don't know if it's official, but this is the exact design of the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor. The male. The female was white, all white, which Nanmu Studio also makes. So you will see in comparisons that I have the two official Mattel Jurassic Park 3 male Velociraptors, and they look exactly like this guy. So, I will admit to feeling a little foolish, but based on the price, I am kind of hoping that this is a lot nicer than the previously $30 Mattel Amber Collection 12th scale version. But there you get a little look underneath the flap. We got the little Velcro there, and we got the little Velcro there, and then there's another picture of him, and more logos and names, all in Japanese except for Blood Knight, and you can see him through, and then the slashes go across the window. Hi, guy! And then on the side, we got more of that, and then on the other side, we got more of that. It's definitely a swamp. Pretty much the same picture, just flipped on the other side, and then we got more of that, and then I already showed you that. And yeah, so let's get focused. Thank you. Now let's get him open. And there he is, and take a look at the insert of the box. You get another painting of the swamp. It is not the same, but it's very similar. Cool to use as a backdrop. I got a little battle damage because his claws are a little sharp, but yeah. He comes with a bendy tail, which I'm not a fan of bendy. No, too many segments do look bad, but the problem with bendy is you never know how long it's going to last, what the tolerance is, how long the plastic over it is going to last, because it always has to be a softer plastic. Then you get this issue of the bendy stopping and then just limp after that, which, yeah, it sticks out straight, which is great, but then if you try and do a bend, then it's just going to go straight off the edge of the end of the wire. Plus, this is really, really tough to move, and I noticed kind of playing around with it in between open and refilm that, like, because of how tough it is, you can't get it back to the original state. So now it just kind of is permanently just wiggly. Really great paintwork, though. I can't show you this without the focus immediately jumping behind the tail to the raptor behind it. Then he has his stand, which at the moment, tailless, he needs. I could not get him to stand without it. Plus, I'm not sure how to really utilize it because it is just a disc with a hole and a post and this little, like, rest thing. The problem is it's too tall for his belly. It's too short for his neck. You can't drop it. You can't extend it. And I'm like, where is this supposed to hold on to? Like, is it for jumping poses only? Because I mean, it doesn't even really seem to be. It's not really gonna hold him. It's just for something for him to rest against. And I mean, you saw I had it successfully, which I guess I can't replicate, but like, so I had him resting like that. That's clearly not how to use it. I mean, the body is supposed to be rested in the curve there, so it should be facing this way, and then that's supposed to, like, rest against some part of his underside, but like what part? And then you can see another problem is as soon as I went to open the jaw, well, now it's loose. So I'm off to a great start here. Popping the tail on, we will see how difficult it is. not that difficult. Excellent. So I'm going to take that away because that almost seems to be drawing focus as well. And then we're going to move the stand off camera. I mean, it is a gorgeous sculpt, and I know a lot of people have had issues with Mattel's sculpting. If that is the case for you, then I mean, this is a really good, albeit expensive, alternative. Might as well get into the articulation. I found some really cool parts, and then I found some parts that weren't as cool. I do like that the quills are a lot thinner than on the Mattel version. The Mattel version, it kind of looks like, almost like thin dreadlocks, thin and short dreadlocks, but these actually look like quills. And I know there's some safety thing where if it hits a certain size too small that you have to go thicker and more rounded or whatever. He has a hinge jaw that can open that far. Like, great sculpt, great paintwork. Like, it is a beautiful figure. And I'm not sure. No, okay, it's not. It's painted. I was like, does it have glass eyes like the Mattel Hammond collection? But no, that's the ring light playing tricks with me. It is painted, or they are painted. And he's got a ball at the base of the skull. He's got a dumbbell in the middle of his neck. He's got another dumbbell at the base of his neck. So he can go down like that. He can go up like that. He can go side to side. He can go all the way around. That's the middle joint. The sculpt is just going to get in the way for going all the way around at the top joint, and the sculpt is going to get in the way for going all the way around on the bottom joint. He has pinned shoulders, goes out to about that far, and swivel all the way around. He has pinned elbows, can go up that far, can go back past straight, and then obviously, please don't go all the way around. He has hinged wrists, which can go down that far and then up that far. The sculpt is kind of going to get in the way, but it does almost seem to like bend it. So might just want to be careful with that. And it can swivel all the way around. Then he's got a ball jointed hip. It can come out that far. Not sure how else to show. It can go all the way around. Sculpt be darned. He's got a pinned knee and straighten out. Can't go back that far. And it can swivel, but sculpt's going to get in the way. Just make sure you don't ruin it. Then he's got a pinned heel. So it can straighten out. It can fold that much. And it can rotate all the way around. Sculpt be darned. Then, this is pretty cool. Okay, this is not the cool part. This is what actually kind of bothers me. He has a vertical pin for his two regular toes. So it can go back that far. It can't go up at all because of the sculpt. But because it's vertical, all you get is like this. It's not a tilt, but it's not rotation either. And unfortunately, for a bipedal animal like this, you kind of want a tilt. But like, that's as tilty as you can get. But like, they're out to the side. You can't get a tilt with them facing forward. It's not going to happen. What is super cool is the sickle claw has a hinge. So that hinges up to there, and it hinges down to there, and it's the whole toe, and it can rotate in and out. So that's pretty awesome. He's got a dumbbell at the base of the butt. He's got a dumbbell where you plug the tail in. It can go, both joints, it can go up that far, it can go down that far, it can go side to side, and all the way around, and of course you could rotate. Sculpt is going to get in the way, should be fine there. Let's see if we can stand him without, and see, like, alright, okay, well, at least it doesn't flop back open. Let's see if we can stand him without the stand. Like I said, this is where an ankle tilt would come in handy, see, because you can't get him standing flat. Like, oh, sure, you can get him standing flat like that, but his balance is not going to be very good if you're stuck with that. So, let's fold in the arms and the hands, see if the tail will offer some balance, and put the sickle claws down. Oh, maybe it's for the tail. No, see, it's too tall for the tail. Where does this go, guys? This is a dumb design. Where is this supposed to go? Too short for the neck, too tall for the chest, too tall for the stomach, too tall for the belly, or abs, belly, too tall for the tail. Like, and I mean, You try straightening the legs out a little bit, which is kind of dumb because as posable as this is, you know, it should be able to stand in any pose. See, that just looks bad. That looks awkward. I mean, at least he's standing without the stand, I guess, but his legs look dumb like that. So where in the AG double hockey sticks is this stand supposed to be utilized? Yeah, I'm a little perturbed. It looks great. It looks great. It really does. It looks amazing. Like, holy cow, it looks great. I don't know if it's going to beat the Mattel version for me because I've said before the Mattel version is one of my favorite toys of all time, given its limitations and its softer sculpt and paint and whatnot, but like at least it can stand by itself in this exact pose. Move the legs back, put the jaws coming loose again. So maybe at least if he like, as soon as I let go of the tail, he dips forward. And I don't know what this stupid, useless stand is for. Again, it's too tall for literally anywhere that you would think to put it. And it's like just jamming it up there where it's not really utilizing the curvature of the sculpt. Like, unless something is perfectly resting in, unless something round is perfectly resting in that curve, then there's no point to this design. But like, and I don't know if you can see the paint chips, but they are all over this from the joints. You know, paint in the joints is nothing new. NECA, Diamond Select, Super 7, Hasbro sometimes. Like, this is really frustrating that like he can't even stand. He can't stand without the stand, and then the stand is absolutely useless because I don't know what it's supposed to do. Yeah, that's not made for to hold the arm like a crutch. And there he is with the two Mattel versions, the Hammond Collection 1/18 scale and the Amber Collection 1/12 scale. Obviously, this is better sculpt, way better paint, way better articulation, way better bendy tail than either of those two. Neither of those need a stand. So that's a little frustrating, especially since it does look so much better. It's night and day. I mean, it is absolutely night and day. This looks like an animal, and these look like toys. And yes, they're toys, but this toy looks like a real animal. These toys just look like toys trying to approximate a real animal. And yet, these significantly cheaper toys have no problem standing on their own. There is the Hasbro Fortnite Victory Royale Series Yellow Raptor and the Creative Beast Studio Beasts of the Mesozoic Raptor Series Deinonychus Anteropus. Going back to Mattel, there is the Mattel Amber Collection 12th scale, Dr. Alan Grant. Not his costume when he meets this raptor in 3, but it's the only 12th scale Alan Grant I have, so. My usual comparisons of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze Michelangelo, the Mattel Masterverse Revelation Stinkor, the Fresh Monkey Fiction Eagle Force Agent Grimm, the Diamond Select Toys G.I. Joe Minimates Storm Shadow, the Medicom Mafex Snyder Cut Batman, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Comic Book Deadpool, the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn, the Jakks Pacific Super Mario with custom cape, and the Super 7 Silverhawks Ultimates Bluegrass and Sideman. And there he is on a Medicom Mafex stand without a single part of him touching the table. Though the tail kind of looks like it does because, like I said, bendy wires, especially one this stiff, it's hard to get a natural curvature to the tail. It's always going to look like it's flattening out after the bend that you put in it. The loose jaw not staying shut is a major bummer. The inability for ankle pivots or standing under all of this amazing articulation, which this just shows what a bad action figure poser that I am. All of this great articulation, I mean, this was the best I could come up with. I mean, I guarantee someone could do a whole lot better, but he's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's just, this figure is probably the most beautiful Velociraptor figure that I have ever seen. And if that's enough for you, then go grab one. The stand he comes with is garbage. It is useless. It is less than useless. That's why I have him posed sort of eating it, because I could not dislike his own stand less. Thankfully, I had a perfectly serviceable stand off to the side, not being used by anybody, but we shouldn't have to do that. I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed. So it is, like I said, it's breathtaking. It is absolutely beautiful. The sculpt is breathtaking. The paint is breathtaking. The articulation is kind of functionally useless when you have someone as bad at posing as I am. So I can't even make use of all of this great articulation to even have him just stand on his own 2 feet without falling forward. If it weren't as articulated, I wouldn't have bought it, but all of the articulation in the world doesn't mean anything if the figure can't stand up by itself. Even if it needs a stand, at least engineer a stand that is idiot-proof. I'm clearly an idiot. I don't know how to use this stupid stand. And given the incredibly simple design of the 3 parts that don't move, it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out. Maybe someone can politely refer me to a better video, and I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory way. I'm always the first to say that I'm still learning. I'm still doing the best with the technology that I have. I'm still doing the best with the limited ability that I have. So I'm the first person to admit that there are absolutely better reviewers out there. So please find this from one of them where they were able to use the stand. I'll go looking myself too, but maybe they even figured out how to stand him up without the included stand and without having to get a third-party stand. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you very much for watching. You know the algorithm sucks. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you would like to support me on Patreon. $5 a month gets you unlimited behind-the-scenes access to all Artworks works in progress, including upcoming YouTube thumbnails. Regardless, I do very much appreciate you watching. I really, truly, honestly, sincerely do. Stay safe, guys. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.